Hey everybody, and welcome to the monthly astrology snapshot for the lunar month beginning at the new moon in Capricorn, January 12th, January 13th, wherever you are in the world, actually, in within 24 hours. So, as I'm recording this, we are in the middle of some really potent astrological signatures in the field, and the best word to describe this energy is disruption. Disruption, intensification. We are living in a time period where anything that we felt was forever, any structures that we felt held us together and were going to forever, are being challenged. And we're moving into really strong Aquarian energy. And Aquarius is all about innovation. Aquarius isn't dualistic. It's not trying to harm. It's not trying to bring good nor bad. Aquarian energy is about moving the patterns of the species, of life, of the cycles into new patterns, to innovate, to bring diversification. We know at a biological level, if we mix DNA, we've proven this, that for humans, that there is a healthier being. The more diversity, the better. So these patterns, these rhythm shifts, these cycle changes, they are intentional at a deeper level, or not even intentional, natural, to bring about the evolution of the species. So we've got at this moment Mars activating aspects in the sky that's really can be really combative, can be very tense. Mars demands revolution. Mars is the warrior energy, demanding to take charge forwards, to pioneer, to initiate. And so Mars is triggering off a lot of big dynamics this week and next week a little bit. And we're also moving towards the Saturn Uranus square. So Saturn's a key player again. Saturn was a key player in 2020 and all the dynamics we were going through. Saturn is the lord of time, the lord of karma, and Saturn is all about restructuring. Saturn comes into areas of your chart in the world cycles and says, how's that really going for you? Is that working? Do you need to really have a good look at this? To me, Saturn feels like the elder in the tribe, or the powerful one that comes in and just says, hey, how's that really working for you? And it's those moments in time where we can stop, reassess, and restructure and move into a different rhythm, a different beat with life. So Saturn is a key player in 2021, but he's squaring Uranus. And this will be in play, intensifying in the next few weeks and then two more times throughout the year. And this energy is, you can imagine Saturn, grandpa, in a way, coming in going, how's that working for you, world? And Uranus is about innovation, similar to Aquarius. Uranus wants to shake things up. It wants to disrupt our familiar patterns. If we leave things stagnant and too much the same, they will get old. They will go into a regressive energy. So what's going on now, you could say from a metacycle perspective, is to shift us up as a species. It's to push us into new patterns. And so my advice to anyone at this time is to resist the temptation to get caught up in the fear, caught up in the confusion, misunderstanding, to fear this, to resist this, to fight this. Change is inevitable. It really is. And I feel that we as a species have, in the last few decades, been, not the whole planet, but a big portion of us have been under some illusion that things aren't going to change. Things are going to stay the way they are, and kind of a little bit in a bubble. I'm not saying it's been perfect for everyone everywhere. I'm not saying that, but there's been this general sense of kind of like a bubble. And that bubble's bursting now. and it's not going to go back to the way it was. And this is not a doomsday prophecy. My advice to anyone is to try your best to resist that, fearing that the world will end at this point. Something is ending, but it's not the whole world and it's not the whole species. And if you participate and you collaborate with that frequency, then you're not going to see the way forwards. You're not going to evolve through this time. You're going to sit and have this fear. If you come out of the fear and you accept that change is inevitable, it is a fundamental law. And in fact, it's not dualistic. It's neither good nor bad. It is to keep moving the rhythms, moving the patterns to support the evolution of this whole story. Then you are receptive and available to seeing the ways forwards. The structures are breaking down. Look for the cracks. Look for the light between the cracks. Look for the ways forwards where you can contribute something. These times we're moving into, these Aquarian energies, invite the individual to bring forth that which is within them. And to be able to do that, you have to get out of this, the world's going to end, doomsday prophecies, that there is a small group of people deciding this whole storyline for all of us. You participate in that, you're feeding it. You are a co-creator. And I don't mean we all have equal access to wealth, resources, power. We do not. But you do have access to your inner reality. You have full power over how you think, over how you interpret events, over what you align with. You absolutely do. They cannot and never will be able to control your inner reality. Whoever they are. So at this time, sit, listen. What is it within you? And I don't mean special little happy offerings. I mean, what is it? What were you passionate about as a child? What in this time, Mars the warrior being so active, what would you die for? What do you stand for? And I don't mean violence and war. I mean, what is it? What is that thing that if I gave you $1 million, we probably need more, $10 million right now, you never had to worry about money again at all, what would you still get out of bed and participate in and give to the world? This is a time to reflect on what it is that's in you that you can give, that you can contribute. Aquarian energies ask us to bring forth something from our own journey that supports the innovation of the species. This is a time where we're going to start to understand survival of the fittest isn't dog eat dog. I've got to get to the top of the food chain and it doesn't matter who I take out on the way. Those days are done. That is one of the paradigms that is breaking down at this point. Aquarius is an invitation. Aquarian themes and structures say survival of the fittest is when your tribe, your community is solid and you are a solid cog in that machine, and that whole machine functions at a much higher level, which benefits you. So yes, Aquarius has this motive for awakening at the individual level, but it's not in the survival of the fittest in the selfish way. Only me and my little village, tribe, family, my world. Take care of your world, evolve yourself with the understanding that that is to contribute back. These are the invitations at this time. I'm not saying we're all going to wake up and it's going to be that, but for sure we're moving in that direction. So for this month, it begins with a new moon in Capricorn. And this new moon is conjunct Pluto. It is in the degrees of Capricorn where there was all the energy of 2020. So this could be a time where the themes of 2020 are really heightened. And we can see that in the world story, in the collective story. But I would say check out how that's playing out for you personally at this new moon. And really, to me, this is a potent time to connect back into who are you becoming as a result of this great turn of the ages? What does that look like for you? And to power up and to connect more deeply in to who you're becoming, to make some commitments. New moons are always a time to align yourself with or update and rejuvenate ongoing spiritual, professional, personal goals, intentions in this life. This new moon is potent, it's powerful, and I strongly recommend people work with this if you're one for doing any kind of ritual. Then we have a full moon in Leo, and that is, I feel, a collective heart opening. Yeah, it's a full moon, it's a culmination point. Leo is about the heart, opening your heart, opening generosity. There may be it's all about leadership. And this full moon for the collective, we may see some new types of leadership opening up as we come out of this last big push in Capricorn to really make sure we don't just bypass as a collective what's been breaking down, what's been opening up. So, moving through forwards into 2021, the energies are going to shift up. We'll have Uranus going direct, I think, in a few days. That will mean that all planets will be moving forwards. I think it's for weeks, and I'm sorry I don't have the exact dates, but all planets will be moving forwards. By the end of this month, we're going to be in a very different frequency, end of January, and moving forwards into this lunar month. We're going to feel things picking up. Those cracks will start to be more visible. This is where I'm like, accept that it's changing, accept we're not going back, and celebrate it. Look for the magic that's in this time because it is there. And if you don't look, you're not contributing to it. And guess what? Self-fulfilling prophecy. So align yourself at the full moon with the heart, the wise heart, the compassionate, the heart that can be with it all. Open your heart. Tune into what this planet needs from you. What does humanity need from you? It is not just for the spiritual people in caves and in mountains and ashrams and monasteries. It is the call for all of us through Aquarian times to awaken yourself so you can awaken others. It is not being nice. It is technical. It is practical. And when you meet people that are really happy, check it out. You're going to find most of the time they're happy because they're contributing something to the world. Tune in this month. What is that? So at the end of the month, we'll go into Mercury retrograde. And I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to pull us back to looking at some truths. I have a feeling that communication is going to be changing a lot, which we're already seeing. Some of these bigger communication platforms are going through a revolution and an evolution. So to wrap it up at this point, just open yourselves to the change. Say yes to it. Recognize that change is inevitable and that change isn't always bad. It's not all good. But as I said, if you don't accept it, then you will suffer it. Don't suffer the change. Say yes to it. Open yourself to it. This is not a mistake. This is not bad luck. This is not some weird frequency in the field that's manipulating us. This is, and if it were, you buying into the fear of that, you're feeding it. You're not sovereign. You fighting that, you focusing on that, you're not sovereign. You're not in your inner authority where you can be free. Freedom isn't an external thing. It's not about money. It's not about perfect health. We're a human. We are not going to have perfect health. We are going to age. We're going to get sick. We will die. All of us. No one's getting out of here alive. So allowing yourself to be with these changes, the only way forwards. It's the only way forwards. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop there. I wish you all so well, and I'll see you next month.